Hey everybody, welcome back. Monday Morning Briefing, episode number 129. It's Friday, November the 8th, and we have gotten the election behind us now, and so we're getting into the Christmas season. I hope everybody's been having a great week. I'm in here in the shop today, Friday, just trying to wrap up some projects from the week. We kind of had a big week. If you're on the newsletter, you're aware of what kind of went down about a week ago, I guess. We did a pre-order on a product. We'll talk about that in just a minute. If you follow us on social media, we've already launched that out there, and so that is there. So, but I'm also in here working on those stair risers that we talked about a few weeks ago and trying to get all of these tooled up and done. I'm trying to get these done if I can get them finished and out of here by the end of next week. I'll be excited. I want to get them done, and that way they're off my plate before our Black Friday sale, which we'll talk about as well. Also, if some of y'all have been following the Leather Community Podcast with Steve Van Plu, he has a really good podcast. It's only available on YouTube, so it makes it really easy to find. You don't have to if you're not very familiar with podcasts. Sometimes it can be difficult to, like, where do I listen to that? But his is on YouTube, so you can just go to YouTube and type in Leather Community Podcast, and you can find him and his. He's got a lot of episodes on there. He just started season 2, and we were his first guest on season 2 for the Leather Community Podcast. And I want to thank Steve here for having me on, coming to the shop. It was a really fun day. He came in. It was right after Waco, and we kind of laughed because I told him, I said, I've never put my shop back together that quickly because he was down for Waco and stuff, and so when we got back from the show, we had to get the shop kind of back together, and that way it looked decent for him while he's doing a little bit of filming and stuff like that. But we had a great conversation, just a relaxing conversation, sat around and talked about stuff, and I really enjoyed the opportunity. I want to thank him for letting us come on, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback from you guys. It's kind of fun doing those and being on the other side of the Q&A, so to speak. He was asking me the questions, so that was a lot of fun. I've had a few people ask about Lost Trade. We do have some we're working on. This is getting into our busy season, so I'm trying to get some interviews done. That way we've got some to carry us through January and into February. Because we've got some time off for some folks that's going to be happening, and so we want to just be sure we kind of stay ahead of the game. So we are working on some getting some people nailed down for some interviews and things like that. So as you well know, the podcast is just something fun that we do, and it's not really a business necessarily right now, so to speak. So we do it as we have time. There's a lot of times other things that we've got to do, and sometimes it's hard to get everything lined up. But we are trying to get more consistent year to year as we can. But we just enjoy doing them. I really like interviewing folks and talking to folks and hearing, their story and kind of getting some pointers from them, or, kind of hearing their struggles and their wins and things like that. I think that's good for us all to kind of go through. As far as tooling these stair risers, I'm about halfway through with the floral tooled ones. Like I said before, we're going to do some of these that are going to be, there's 4 of them that are floral tooled, and then 4 of them that will be basket stamped. And so, not really worried about the basket stamp ones. I just really don't want to do them because I don't like doing basket stamp that much. But they'll go quickly. The floral ones though are a lot of fun. I'm having fun with this little pattern that we designed for this, and putting them together. So it's just a matter of labor at this point, just putting in the time to get them tooled out. So that's rolling good. As far as the new product, if you're on the newsletter, which we always ask you to do, is be sure to go to dgsaddlery.com and sign up for the newsletter, because there's a lot of fun stuff that we do occasionally, and one of them is that we always use, or we don't always, but a lot of times we'll offer a pre-order to the newsletter group on new products before they actually launch, and that gives them an opportunity to get a copy of something and reserve their copy before we actually get the first print in, since sometimes our products will sell out pretty quickly, and so this kind of gives them that opportunity to get it first. And on this one, what we did was, it's a floral leather corner pattern booklet. This is kind of an idea that I've had for a little while, just trying to, a lot of our pattern packs that we come up with they're very project specific. So if we're doing a golf ball sleeve or a breast collar or whatever, there's a lot of floral tooling patterns in those pattern packs, but they're specific for that project. So they're a specific shape. And so yes, you can take those and modify them for other projects, but you've got to kind of have a little twist in your drawing to be able to kind of make some of that stuff fit on something different, right? And so what I've always found in our shop, just over the years is that when you're tooling stuff, a corner pattern is very, very versatile, because a corner pattern you can use on virtually any project as long as it fits that corner. And so what I wanted to do was just take a stab at it, produce one, see how well it does, and create a pattern book that has just nothing but corners in it. And so this pattern book has a variety of different corner patterns in there, both rounded corners as well as 90-degree corners in different sizes, and it's all the same flower and leaf. So every corner in here will match. So if you have one spot, you want to use this one corner, and then on another area you want to use the bigger corner or a different corner pattern, the flower and leaf motif, if you will, or style will fit. So everything in here is all the same. It's got little information in here, and then inside the book, I think it's about 12 or so pages in here inside the book, but in here you will see we've got 2 different corner patterns there, as well as the tooled examples. So I tooled every one of these on leather panels, and then we took good photographs of those and actually put those inside the book. So that way you have this as reference. So if you're brand new to tooling, brand new to carving, you're gonna be able to see exactly what I did in my interpretation of the pattern, and then that'll give you at least a direction in what you want to do on the pattern. But don't let that limit you as to what you want to do with a flower or a leaf. You can change the flower and leaf if you want to, draw them a little bit differently, whatever you want to do. But all you've got the line art, and then you've got the tooled area in there, and that's going to give you a lot of versatility there with the number of corners, the different corner sets that we have, to where then you can just trace them off onto your tracing film or whatever you're going to use. And I've got one here that I just did recently, I wanted to use the book. So I went ahead and used that, and I took one of the corners. This is a corner out of the book, and the way it fit on this one, I think the way I have it designed is sideways, but it ended up fitting that corner on this steno notebook really well. And so I put that corner in there, and then you can fill it with some geometric stamping if you want, hand carved basket stamp, cross hatching, whatever you wanted to do for the blank area, or put somebody's name or anything like that. So corners are very, very versatile. Even on wallets and checkbook covers, there's some smaller ones in here for that, that show you, you've got a number of different corners for smaller items like wallets and checkbooks, things like that. And it's every one of them in here is tooled. And so we've got that available. Like I said, I'm hoping this is the very first of many types of pattern books that are a little bit more versatile than just a pattern pack, which is specific to that project. I think a lot of y'all have and told me you have, you can take those patterns and use them here and use them there. That's absolutely fine. Just takes a little work. These are very quick. I want this to be more of a tool in your shop that sits up on your bench, to where anytime you do a project and you say, I just need to add a little bit of floral, not anything fully tooled or anything like that, but I want to add just a touch, you can grab one of these books and find you a corner set there that'll be really, really handy to add some artwork to your project. And my intentions are, the next one, we're already working on the next 2. I don't know, I'll just let you know that. I've already got 2 more kind of started on panels, and they're taking more time than just a pattern pack, because obviously I've got to tool all these. Which is great. But I'm tooling those, and so I'm working on 2 different books. One won't really be corners. I'll let you know I'm doing one that's going to be belts. We'll go ahead and let you know that. It's going to be all about belts, so different belt patterns, tapers, things like that I think will be very helpful for you in a shop if you're designing belts or tooling those or whatever. But I am working on another corner pattern. So every one of the corner books will come with, all the patterns in there will match. They'll all go together. So we may do one that's all feathers, just nothing but feathers and vine work in different corner variations. We might do one that's a different flower and leaf, stuff like that. But I think it's going to be one of those things that's going to be really cool to, one, to try to, eventually you can kind of get the ones you want, if you don't use this flower and leaf very much, you may not want this one, but we may have, another one that has something on there that a different style of flower leaf, different style of tooling maybe, that does fit your program, so to speak, then that's what we're hoping for. And these books are going to change as we go. This is the first one. These are really nice. They're a little harder cover on the outside. The pages are nice on the inside, nice and glossy. And I feel like the books are going to get better and better as we go along, as we learn kind of how to create these. This is our first run at anything that's kind of what I would call just a little better print job than just our pattern packs on paper. These I think will last a little longer, sitting on your shelf and getting used every day. I think it's a really good little product. So we're hoping to come up with a lot more of these. So if you're wanting one of these, we've got plenty of them. I've got another run we're fixing to order. The newsletter really hit this pretty good, and we have shipped all of those. So if you did pre-order one, it is on its way to you. We shipped all. I think we got these in Tuesday, and we shipped them all on Wednesday. From maybe one or two went on Thursday, but we did get them all out. So if you got one, you should have got an email notification with a tracking number when we printed the label, and you can certainly go find that and track your order, and you're probably going to have it Monday or Tuesday if you haven't gotten it already today. But yes, they've all gone out, but we've got plenty more. So if anybody's wanting one, if you're wanting one of these, you can certainly go to dgsaddlery.com, go to the online store, and you can find these under printed patterns, and that's where you'll find this book. There's also a link right on the homepage of the store that'll take you right to the product. We are also offering this in digital form for our folks that are overseas, out of the United States. If you're not in the United States or Canada, we do not ship outside of those. And so if you're wanting this book, you can certainly get the digital download and then just print that out on paper, or you could take it to a print shop and have them print you one of these nice like this if you want. But for right now, we don't ship internationally, so that's where we're at. But we do offer that in digital. It'll be under the digital patterns tab under the Leathercraft, so you can find that. But we're excited about it. I hope y'all like it. I hope you put it to good use. Like I said, that thing is you just got a lot more uses of those. Just more value there because you can use that on anything. So if you're building a photo album, even a saddle really, if depending on the corner, shape of your skirts or your fender, even if you have to modify one of those just a little bit, you can really make that fit. But anything like that, any kind of book covers or wallets, anything like that, corner sets are really good. So that's kind of a good thing to think about if you're drawing in your sketchbook, which I always tell you guys that I had a long conversation with a gentleman this week that's wanting to learn to draw. He knows how to tool, fairly decent tooler from what he said. He's just wanting to get to where he can design his own patterns. And so I gave him the rundown I've given a lot of you guys, is get a sketchbook first and foremost, and that is your diary, so to speak. Nobody gets to look in your sketchbook except you, unless you want to show somebody something. But that way you take that fear of drawing away from you, to where you don't have to worry about somebody's going to see it. You don't have to post it to Instagram. Nobody's going to see these drawings. So no matter how bad they look early on, just keep drawing and draw at least 15 minutes a day over coffee in the mornings or over drink in the evenings in your chair. Whatever you want to do, just keep that sketch pad with you and draw as much as possible. And you don't even have to just draw floral. Draw a dog, draw a horse, draw whatever you want to draw, but practice drawing. Most people that can't draw, it's because they don't draw. It's not that they can't, it's that they don't. And so if you want to do something, you've got to practice. And drawing you've got to put the time in. There's no way around it. There's no class you're going to take, including mine, where you're going to walk out of a 4-hour or 8-hour drawing class and then be a master designer with floral design. It's going to take time of drawing. And if you talk to anybody that's been doing this for a number of years that does a really good job, they'll tell you they're still learning, still trying to perfect, still trying to smooth out problem areas that they have in their designs and things like that. We're always working on that. So if you want to draw. But once you get to where you can kind of draw, or even starting out, I would work on little corner sets like this, because corner sets, you're going to put that much time into a little pattern that you can reuse on multiple projects. Corner sets are great because I used to make tap-offs of corners. So I would make, for like our wallets that we did a lot of, I have tap-offs in here of those where I can put a little flower and leaf kind of deal in the corner, basket stamp, box stamp, crazy stamp. I can do a number of different things to that project with the same corner set to make it a different project or a different artwork, so it'll look different. And so I just think they're very beneficial. I've used them a lot over the years. One of my favorite saddles to build is a solid smooth out corner floral. It's got just enough floral to it that makes it look really classy, but it also doesn't make it the highest end project that you're going to make, right? Anytime you add full tooling to something, you're going to add a lot more money to that end result. That product's going to cost a lot more. So floral corners are great. But if you're going to be drawing, practice drawing some of those. Practice drawing just, maybe 2 flowers, but draw a lot. And with that, so we're getting into November and we're getting close to Thanksgiving. And as you know, we do our Black Friday sale every year. We're working on all the details on that. So just know that we are going to be doing a Black Friday through Cyber Monday event that weekend. And, some of it will be the same we did last year. We run a pretty good deal on some of our older digital patterns and our older printed patterns. We'll have some new products drop that week that we're working on right now. I don't know. I'm always torn on holding them until Black Friday or launching them when they're ready, because I don't like waiting around to get stuff to you guys. If we got something ready, let's launch it. But we've got some that we're working on that we're this close. I might just hold them and launch them that week. They're little project patterns and stuff like that. But we are going to be doing that. Remember that our online courses will be on sale that weekend as well. So if you've been wanting to take the drawing course, since we've talked there about drawing, remember that we do run that on sale, as well as our tooling course. But like I tell everybody too, there is a ton of free information on our YouTube channel here. So you don't necessarily have to take the course until you know for sure you want to invest the time and the money to do that, then go ahead and do it. Black Friday weekend is a great weekend to sign up for either one of those or both of them. But we do have a lot of information free on our YouTube channels. You just got to go hunting for it, and it's in there. We've got over 300 videos here on YouTube, and thanks to you guys, we're going to keep going with that. We're going to keep growing. 2025 is going to be an amazing year. We already feel it. It's going to be really good. We're going to round out this year, get this one done, and we're going to bring Black Friday to you just like we always do. As far as material packs, we're trying to get some more caps. I know we've been running low on some caps to go on there. We're out of a bunch of those. So Claudia needs some stuff on her merchandise things. And then we've got these new products that we're producing here. And so we're mom and pop, so we've got to kind of, distribute our resources correctly. So we're just, I'm not sure if we're going to get another leather shipment before the end of the year. We may, but if we do, we'll keep you posted on that. But for right now, our material packs, I know we're out of some of the main items, but it's also the end of the year. So we just got to kind of play that business game and be careful there where we don't have too much inventory there. We've been looking back on the previous Black Fridays to see what you guys mainly were looking for. And it kind of overwhelmingly seems like patterns and things like that. And so that we're good on. We've got lots of those. We keep a good supply of those. So we'll see, but we're working on Black Friday, working out all the details, all of what we're going to do and all that kind of thing. So we're getting excited. I hope you are. I hope your Christmas season is going well. I hope your books are full. I talked to one guy that still has his books open, but I don't know. I don't know a shop, but I suspect maybe he's taking a little bit too much. But that's okay. Get it while you can, right? It's been a weird year. It's an election year. It's always crazy. It's really, I'm not going to say it's volatile. It's just unpredictable. You have, I'm sure you guys have felt this, 1 month will be really good and you got orders all the time. And then the next month, nobody wants to order anything, and who's to blame? I mean, go buy groceries and spend $500 on groceries. It makes it hard to do other stuff too. So everybody's feeling that a little bit right now, or a lot, depending on where you are. I know I'm always shocked when we go buy groceries on what things are costing, but that's the nature of it, and that's where we are. But like I said, as far as that goes, I hope you've got lots of orders, because I think it's just one of those deals where everybody's focused on the election. Now it's done. Now we don't have to worry about it. It's over. We don't have all the political. I don't know about y'all, but we're getting tons of text messages, phone calls, political ads, and all this stuff, and it's just overwhelming. So I'm glad it's all over. I forgot how much I dislike election years, just because it distracts everybody from, including me, from what we should be working on, in our shops and things like that. So at the end of the day, we're fine. We're all going to be good. It's just work on your stuff in your shop and keep focus on what your goals are and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's going to be a good end of the year, good 2025. I think we're going to have a good time. I think everything's going to be great. I know we've got big plans. We are going to be in Prescott, Arizona in February. That'll be the first show to kick off 2025. So if you're going out there, I cannot wait to meet you. If I met you out there last year, can't wait to see you again. We do have some spots open in 2 of our classes classes. I believe my beginners floral class is full. We have the guitar strap class that has some spots. I checked on it yesterday or the day before. And then our advanced tooling class has a few spots. So if you are going, I know it's early. A lot of us ain't thinking about February and Prescott. But if you are going and you think you want to take a class, you can go ahead and sign up for that. There's a ton. Go to the Leathercrafters Journal's website and look at the workshops for the Prescott show. Tons of classes and workshops. There's some new people there, that new instructors that you'll see. It's just a whole great lineup. I'm telling you, man, you go to that show. You guys that went this year for the first time, I hope I was proven right when you went and took a class. I hope you felt the same way. But when you take a class at one of these shows, it really changes the impact of the trade show itself. Just because you're getting to meet some of these folks in the class and you're hanging out with them, you get to meet the instructors and hang out with them all day, work on a project. Everybody's carrying around at the show their project. Aaron's backpack class last year, I saw, 14 or 15 backpacks walking around in the show that those people were very proud that they had finished that bag, and then they had it with them during the trade show, and it's just really neat. They're all talking about it and stuff, and how fun the class was. So if you are going to Prescott, get out there. See, I use both of them just so that you guys, whichever one you like. But if you're going to Prescott, get out there, sign up for a workshop. There's a ton of them on there. Just look through them and come hang out with us. Prescott's it's a lot of fun. I think that may be my favorite show outside of Texas. Of course, I love Waco show. It's a good one. But I do really like, last year was our first year, and I really enjoyed that show. Just the drive out there, the area. Sheridan's amazing. But it's also that's the big one. That's the one. It should be amazing. That's a good show. But I like them all. But yep, we'll be there, and then Sheridan in May, and then Waco in August. So if you guys are wondering where are all these shows, when are they? There you go. February is Prescott, Arizona. May is Sheridan, Wyoming, and August is Waco, Texas. They do another one in Europe in November. They just got done with that here recently. I got small kids and cattle at home. I can't go to Europe just yet. But one of these days, we will come to Europe. So if you're over there and went to that show here recently and you really want us to get out there, we will get out there at some point. I've got to get out there. I've seen all the pictures. It's a beautiful little area. Looks amazing. I've never been out of the U.S. except for Mexico. So it'll be a lot of fun. But there is also the Boot and Saddle Maker show in October, and that's in Wichita Falls. Separate outfit putting that show on. It's a good show. Check that one out. You can go to the Boot and Saddle Makers Roundup website, I believe, and find that. But that's in Wichita Falls in October. Other than that, we're going to get back at it. It's Friday. We got a lot of stuff going on between now and Black Friday on the weekends. We've got a cow show next weekend. We got a play day this weekend, cow show next weekend, and then one that we haven't been to yet. It's kind of brand new, the following weekend right before Thanksgiving. So on the weekends, we're going to kind of be running around, but during the week, we're going to be hustling in here and getting everything ready to go and getting some projects done. I've also got some saddles that we're working on and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys. Everybody on the newsletter that took part in the pre-order, thank you. I hope you love the book. We've got more coming. Like I said, I'm working on 2 more. Fingers crossed that maybe we get them out for Black Friday. I'm hoping that the printing company we're using for these is very, very efficient. Helped us out a lot on this book, so I want to thank them. And but yes, we're going to be turning out some more of them too, and we've got those in the works. But if you're wanting the book, you can go to our website, dgsaddlery.com. We'll put a link down in the description for that, and you can go there and check that out and get your copy. We've got plenty of them, and we'll have them for Black Friday as well. I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to go to dgsaddlery.com, sign up for the Leathercraft newsletter, and we'll see y'all next week in the Monday morning briefing.